morning and welcome to BrandsNow here on Radionow 95.3 FM Lagos. On BrandsNow, we essentially spotlight the brands, the businesses that are doing amazing work in their line of focus. My name is George Natural Onwara, and today on BrandsNow we have an exceptional person joining us to talk about his business, what they're doing in their organization. He is the product manager of Marketbuddy Nigeria. His name is Raymond Maduagwu, and good morning to you and pleasure to have you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So let's get into the gist, the meat of the matter already. So every brand has a why. Talk to us about what you do, then why you do what you do.
Okay. So I'll do that by telling a story, right? So the founder and CEO of Marketbuddy came into the country, Nigeria, to visit here. He had come in from Canada, right? He came in to visit, and he had some renovations going on at his mom's, and he realized that there was no platform where you can, seek to get skilled workers, right? Blue-collar workers like plumbers, painters, people that fix tiles. And that was the nexus of the whole thing. That was the inception of it. It was that situation that birthed Marketbuddy, right? So we created a platform whereby skilled workers, craftsmen, can render their services to people in need. Also, where people can search from a centralized database for skilled workers within their neighborhood.
Interesting. That essentially is the why you do what you do, right? Maybe you can give us a little more details as to what exactly you do. What exactly does Marketbuddy do?
All right. So Marketbuddy is an e-commerce platform that tends to three aspects, right? So there's the product sales, there's the service rendering, and there's the auction, right? So for product sales, we have people that have amazing products, but they do not have the technological capacity to have like official websites, custom business page, inventory management, right? They register on Marketbuddy as vendors, and we provide all of this for them. They have a custom business page that comes with business links for all the products that they upload, right? They also have aspect to a global market that they won't be able to reach on their own on a typical business day, right? So for service providers, it's the same case. People that render services, hairstylists, plumbers, painters, mechanics, cleaners, right? Caterers, right? You come, you register on the platform, you have access to your business page, and you can upload what you sell, services you provide, and we help promote that to millions of customers globally.
I was actually about to ask you if, because one thing is actually having a page, but then what you do to promote the page, because having a page is one thing, then, visibility is another matter entirely.
We at Marketbuddy, we have a monthly marketing budget for vendors.
Oh.
Right. So we set aside money to promote these business pages, right? We understand the importance of visibility, right? A lot of businesses are going extinct because of digitization, and they do not have digital presence. So we are also bridging that gap where we are giving them a digital avenue to showcase their product to millions of customers nationwide and beyond the shores of Nigeria.
Interestingly, many startups actually tend to struggle with one key issue, and that's the issue of trust, right? So how do you deal with this challenge?
All right. So we understand it's challenging for people to depart or let go of money without any sort of trust, right? So what we've done on the buyer's end is we insure every sales purchase. So what that means is that if you come on Marketbuddy and you are buying a fridge or you're buying a gas cooker, there's an insurance that covers your purchase, right? We bear the risk. So if it's not delivered, or if you don't get what you want, if something else is delivered to you, we cover that risk and we refund your money to you. Right? On the vendor's end, we also understand that because of poor customer service, right, there is a high tendency of something going wrong. So what we do is we educate them. We tell them the need and the importance of rendering the service right. And we also support in every way we can to make sure that it is delivered to the buyer safely at the end of the day. In some cases, in cases of services, we do understand that they might need some percentage of the capital to go and get the product that they need for their service. Mechanics might need to get oil, spare parts, or painter might need to get paint. So we allocate a certain percent for them to go purchase this item. At the completion of their job and at the feedback of the customer satisfaction, we then render or rather send the money to their wallet on our platform.
Interesting. So I'm curious, what's your onboarding process like? So imagine now that I'm a business, I'm Kitchen George, and I'd like to use or get access to your platform. So what do I need to do?
So we've simplified the process because we understand that a lot of these blue-collar workers are not very tech-savvy. That is one of the major things we were looking at while we're building this platform. It's very simple. You input your first name, last name. We understand that they don't even have emails, right? So we verify their phone numbers. So once that verification is done, right, there's another prompt for you to submit certain documents to help us validate your business, right? Once that process is done, right, you have access to your custom business page and you can start selling.
Is this going to cost me any money? I mean, because...
No, zero.
Oh.
We're not charging.
Oh, okay.
We're not charging anybody right now. It's free to onboard the platform. We are trying to help at this point in time. That's what I'll call it. Because take, for instance, the woman everybody knows to sell food at the junction does not have digital presence, right? She can go on the platform. The lady that sells wrapper at Tejo Show, no digital presence, she can go on the platform. So we want them to have the ease of onboarding. So no charges right now, zero.
So you said right now like 3 times. So is there a plan in the pipeline to actually put a charge to it?
It is not at the top of our list right now. It's not a top burner for us, right? Right now, we are more concerned with ensuring that there is a seamless end-to-end process for the buyer and the seller.
Okay, so now that I even think about it, you say there's 0 fee to onboard on your platform, But somebody who's listening now will probably think, well, is there no hidden charge somewhere? What's the need for your organization? Is there like a percentage that you take for the money that I'll make on your platform?
All right, so no onboarding charges. How the platform makes money is we mark up. Right, we mark up for as well as 5%, so we don't affect your cost of your product and the profit on it. We don't touch that to understand what capital is for your business, right? So what we do is we just put a percentage on processing the transaction, right, and completing the delivery. So basically, that's it.
Interesting. All right. A lot of people who are listening now say, well, that sounds quite promising, but talk to us about your journey so far. What's been the acceptance process like, the acceptance rate rather? What's it been like?
It's been very good. So while we completed the product ready for market about 3 years ago, we had to do a lot of groundwork onboarding vendors, right? And when our food soldiers go to this market, the acceptance is very high. People are interested. People are also craving digital presence, and we experience the ease of onboarding these traditional businesses on our platform. On the buyer's end, right, the adoption rate is increasing daily. We've had people that have successfully done transactions on our platform. We've had service providers that have successfully rendered service. People have constantly sold product on our platform, right? And the adoption is there. So we see the potential of the problem we are trying to solve, right? And it's only going to get better at this point, right?
Mm. While you speak, one of the things that I was actually thinking and keeps ringing in my head really is if you're looking to actually attract quite a number of blue collar workers here, and some of them, like you rightly admitted, actually don't even have emails and not really very tech savvy, is there a way or what measures are you taking to actually, help them with understanding the process and essentially operating, your platform?
So the platform is semi-automated.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what that means is that we understand that they're not very, very tech savvy, right? They're not very tech savvy. They don't understand how to use technology. They are just adopting that aspect to their business. So we have a section of the business that is dedicated to supporting them. We have a support aspect of the business that ensures that if they need any questions, if they need any support to onboard any new product, generate any new link, complete any transaction, we have a support aspect of the business dedicated to doing that, right? So we want them to still carry out their day-to-day activities, not looking that they have to do some serious business changes or, transaction changes. We want them to still have that sense of traditional transaction to what they do on a daily basis. So we support them everywhere we can.
Interesting. So what are your projections into the future? Say in the next 5-10 years, where you're looking to be at?
The numbers are very good as regards projection. Statistics shows that the adoption of e-commerce is only going to increase. I think there is a $60 billion mark on it. So the market potential is already increasing. The new target market, right, the new gens, is those guys are going to be extremely tech savvy. Nobody is even going to leave their house, right? So we understand the market that we are looking at. We understand the potential of sales, right? The potential of sales for businesses that onboard this platform, because we are also helping them drive their marketing and their visibility, their brand awareness, right? So because we are solving e-commerce in a different way, in the nearest future we are going to be top 3 in Africa, right? Because we have things that we are working on, strategic partnership, restructuring, constantly taking customer feedback into improving the product, right? So we have all these things in store. I can't let everything out right now, but even before the year ends, you are going to see a lot coming out from Marketbuddy.
Interesting. So let's assume that I now want to onboard, because basically what you've told me is quite convincing. So I want to onboard Kitchen George on your platform. So what happens? How do I go about it?
Kitchen George is a business, right? So Kitchen George goes to marketbuddyng.com. Click on register as a vendor. Very simple process, few fields to fill. You input your phone number. If you have an email, fine. If you don't, we verify and authenticate your phone number. Once that is done, because you're a business, there's a prompt to input, certification. If you have a CAC document or if you have a business name, that's fine. If you don't, it's not required right now, but we'll do a physical verification of where you claim your store is or your business is, right? Once that is done, we approve. Then you can then go ahead to start uploading or managing your business page on Marketbuddy.
Interestingly, so what about those who primarily, sell online? So because you just talked about how you have to do a verification of physical location of the business. So what then happens to them?
We have to verify a location. If it's your house address, we have to verify something, right? And a big difference between Marketbuddy and selling on Instagram and the likes is you manage all your activities in one place. We even give you custom links that you can post on your social media platform that will drive your customers down to your business page. You have a custom wallet, right? So you have people on social platforms. You have people exchanging account numbers, saying, "Oh, have you seen it? I've not seen it." You have everything in one place. It's a one-stop shop for everything to help you manage your business.
Interesting. Are you on social media?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Marketbuddy NG on all socials.
What about your website?
www.marketbuddyng.com.
So on a final note, as we round off this program today, what's your one advice to that budding entrepreneur who's listening right now?
All right, so make sure the problem you're trying to solve is realistic. Make sure you're not building a product for yourself. Always take customer feedback. That's what's going to change your business. That's what's going to change everything.
After all, it's all about the customer.
Exactly.
Anyway.
It has nothing to do with you. Don't be attached to your product.
Very interesting. It's quite deep. It's all about the customer. Don't forget that. I want to say thank you so much to Raymond Maduagwu, and he's the product manager of Marketbuddy, and that's all we have time for on today's edition of Brands Now here on Radionow 95.3 FM Lagos. My name is George Natural Onwara. And so if you're a brand that actually wants to showcase your work, your business, and whatever it is that you do on Brands Now, then feel free to just send an email to marketing@thisisradionow.com. Right? And of course, somebody will definitely reach out to you. Don't forget to use Brands Now as the heading of that particular email. Well, we'll see you again next week, but don't forget as well that we're on social media at This Is Radio Now. That's on Facebook at This Is Radio Now, and everywhere else it is at Radio Now 953 FM. Stay right here on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos, because we go beyond the news.